Hey there, friend of guides. In this video, we're going to talk about class hours, bonus hours, and guide pay so that you can establish your schedule and your calendar for the whole year. I'm going to share my screen with you and walk you through this. Alrighty. So the suggested class hours per week, if you have kindergarten only and just kindergartners in your class, it's 10 hours per week. If you have K through 2, it's 16 hours per week. If you have third grade only, which we don't have any of you yet, but eventually we will have just third graders in the class, it'll be 16 hours per week. And if you have third grade through 8th grade or any combination of that, 20 hours per week. So once a student reaches their maximum hours per year, that's the end of the guide pay for that student. So the school year ends on June 30th. You want to make sure you're pacing your schedule appropriately so that you don't run out of hours at the end of the year. You don't want the students to log a bunch of hours at the beginning of the year and then they run out at the end. So there is a great tool on the coins.prenda.co website that helps us pace our calendar for the year. There is also a whole video just on that, how to set up your calendar and attendance, called Prenda Calendar and Attendance Explanation, and that's a video that's in our guide training that you have access to. I'm going to go ahead and show you the website really quick so that you know what I'm talking about. So you go right over here to Calendar, and you go to School Hours, and all your students will be listed over here, and then their goal is their maximum hours for the year, depending upon their grade level. So you want to, once you put in all of your hours that you're going to plan on having school during the year, which I would recommend that you do that, just go ahead and put them all in. You can always change it later, but just go ahead and put them in for now. It will give you the pacing for your students each one. So that's a really great tool that you want to utilize. All right. So grade level hours and guide pay. So this is the maximum hours per grade level that you will be paid as a guide. If your students go over that, then you won't get paid for those extra hours. So for kindergartners only, the maximum pay per year per student is $356. So that's the average class hours per week would be 10. So if you take the 356 and you divide it by 36 weeks, if you do a 36-week school year, that's 9.8 hours per week. So that's your average. It just gives you an idea how many you need to do each week in order to make the 356 at the end of the 36 weeks. You'll notice that those are the same numbers, like the number of hours per week, and the total you get for the whole year is the same. So you have no bonus hours if it's just kindergarten only. If it's a K2 class, the maximum hours per student per year is 712. So if you take the 712, you divide it by 36 weeks, that is 19.7 total hours per week on average that you could have. So that would be 16 class hours and 4 bonus hours per week per student. For third grade only, if you have just third graders, the maximum hours per student per year is 712. So the average class hours per week would be 16. And if you divide the 712 by 36 weeks, that's 19.7 total hours per week per student. So that gives you the 16 class hours plus the 4 bonus hours per week. So 3rd through 8th grade, the maximum hours for 3rd through 8th grade is 890. So the average class hours per week would be 20. That's what you're going to do typically, is 20 hours per week in class. So if you have 890 hours per year divided by the 36 weeks, if you choose to do a 36-week calendar, that's almost 25 hours per week per student. So that gives you 5 bonus hours per week. So I hope that makes sense to you. Okay, bonus hours. What are bonus hours? Students can log bonus hours every day for additional educational activities that they did the previous day. So you want to make sure they're logging their bonus hours every day because you also get paid on those bonus hours. So the parents are the ones that approve the bonus hours, and they'll get an email. So you want to make sure that they're aware that they should stay on top of that and approve those bonus hours. Here are some ideas of the bonus hours that your students can do. There's a million things. If you think that it's educational, then that would be a really great activity. And back at on the website, I will show you where that is. That's right over here, bonus activities. You can enter that in, what the activity is, the question for them, and the divisor is if they have like 30 minutes of an activity, it would give them the number of coins would be divided by 2. So if it's 30 minutes of activity, the divisor is 2, they would get 15 coins for that activity. And you can decide what the divisor is depending on what you think, how that, what the educational value of that particular activity. You can decide that. Alrighty. So that's the list of potential ones. If your student has an idea of something that they would like to do would be listed as a bonus hours activity, just have them talk to you about it and you can just clear it for them. So the maximum hours per student per day for any student is 8. So they cannot record more than 8 hours. You will not get paid for more than 8 hours per day. Now, if they did 8 hours every day, they would run out of hours really quickly. So you don't want to do 8 hours every single day. So your guide pay. So if you have 10 students, you have 10 hours per day. And if you have, let's just say 5 students at $4 per hour, I will show you what that looks like. So if you're kindergarten only, class hours per week is 10. Let's just say you have the minimum of 5 students and you get paid $4 per student per hour. That is $20 per hour that you will earn. So if you have $20 per hour and you do 10 hours per week, that is $200 per week. If you have K2, your class plus your bonus hours are 20 hours per week. If you have 5 students at $4 per hour, that's $20 per hour that you will earn. So $20 per hour, 20 hours per week, that's $400 per week if you have the minimum number of students. 3rd grade only, very similar. Class plus bonus hours is 20 per week. You have 5 students that say for the minimum, and it's $3 per student per hour from 3rd grade up. That would be $15 per hour. So if you have $15 per hour and the students record 20 hours per week, meaning they record every hour that they can, and they're at school every day, 20 hours per week, that's $300 per week that you will earn. 3rd through 8th grade, class plus bonus hours per week is 25. So you have 5 students at $3 per student per hour. That's $15 per hour that you will earn if you have the minimum number of students. So $15 per hour, 25 hours per week, that's $375 per week that you will earn for the minimum number of students. So I hope that helps you to plan your schedule for the whole year. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to your guide guru and we'd be happy to help you.